Recycleista. I just wanted to apologize for kind of disappearing again. I knew I was getting a new computer. There were some other things happening in life and everything, but I knew I was getting a new computer. And I wanted to do this where I could show you my screen and show you some of the things that had sold and some of the things I had listed. And I had wanted to do this on a kind of an ongoing basis. And I was looking into software, but then I knew I was getting a new computer, and now I have a MacBook, and this is built in. So I still would like to have some kind of software where I could flip back and forth between showing you my screen and being able to talk to you. So I'm still doing research on that, but this is really cool to get things started. What I wanted to do for this one, I do plan on doing this on a little bit more regular basis, but what I wanted to do is kind of catch you up on the things, the last four reseller reports, the things I had talked about that had sold or that I was planning on getting listed. It was kind of lame to just say, oh yeah, it sold for this much and not be able to like show you the listing. So what I want to do, I'm just going to do that to catch up. So first of all, as you can see, I did sell one of my store counter display easels, which is very exciting. So I had it in a listing that is, as you can see, it has all three, so it's in a variation listing. So that was the one that sold, the one I had up first. So someone bought that, 2690, the little pattern number, and it did sell for $46 with free shipping. So, and I think I calculated that it should be $10 or less to ship this. So, kind of different. The buyer's going to send me a money order. So I haven't had one of those in a while, but we all communicated and all is good. So once I get that money order, I'll be sending that one out. Okay, next thing that sold. This one actually went pretty quickly. So if you remembered, I showed you the stoneware crock, and I had that idea from someone else's listing about mentioning the sourdough starter. And I can't guarantee that's what sold it, but it did sell, and it sold fairly quickly, and it had 3 other people had it in their cart at the time this one sold. So it sold for $25 plus shipping. Then some of these are ones that I've mentioned, but I just wanted to give you the reminder and the picture again. So this one had sold. I had told you about this owl, and this was that paper crafted owl, and it was pretty cool. So like I said, I had pulled a selling price out of the air, and I did $40 with free shipping. I'm pretty sure my husband put that in a padded flat rate, so I think that's all good. Then the next one was, oh man, I missed one. Maybe I'll go back and find it again, but somehow my tab didn't stay saved. But I can show it to you later because I relisted it. Anyway, okay, so this was the Ainsley Trillium Teacup. This is that one I told you about that ended up going. It sold for $30, and I originally had free shipping in it, but I sold it overseas. And I had put as is right at the beginning because it had a little chip in it, like a little flea bite. And anyway, somebody wanted it, so they paid shipping overseas. And isn't it pretty? It's just very pretty. But it was very interesting. It went to China, and it only took not even 3 weeks to get there. So that's amazing. It was delivered. She was happy. I did hear from another seller who sent something to her the same day, and it got returned back to her. So I don't know what the problem was. My package got through, her package didn't, and there's no rhyme or reason sometimes with these things. Okay, moving over to eBay, the chess set, the one I said I hadn't gotten listed, and then my husband listed it. And so this is one of his listings. It sold the other day for $70. So full price that we had put on. We didn't send out an offer. And that sold. So that sold this weekend. So we'll be shipping that out, packaging that up tonight and shipping that out. Okay, and then some more of this Um, Paragon set sold. Actually, all the pieces of this Paragon set that I had have sold. So this was the mini open sugar bowl, and it says 19, but it sold for $14.99. The same buyer had bought the, oh, isn't that pretty? The same buyer had bought the two little bread and butter plates, which I forgot to put up here, but she had bought those last week or a few days before. She was thrilled with those, so she asked me to send her an offer on these as well, on this as well, and so we came to an agreement on that. $14.99 plus shipping. And also, like the same day, I sold the teacup and saucer to someone else. And again, I think this one went to one of the shipper. It went to a distributor shipper kind of address. So it's probably eventually going overseas, but I just had to ship it to the coast, and all was good. That teacup and sauce, that price is right. So that was $24.99. The next one, I don't even think I got a chance to tell you about this one. I remember, I think it was the last video I showed you, I was going to list it. And I listed it, and it sold. And yes, that was the price it sold for. So this 1990s perfume by Graham Webb, Bodacious, and it sold for $129.99 with free shipping. Of course, since it was perfume and flammable, we sent it ground parcel. It went right back to Washington, where I'm from, but it made it there okay. And I don't remember if I got feedback, but I haven't heard anything. And anyway, it sold, I think it sold the day I listed it. And I think when I told you about it, I was saying it was in the $60, $70 range. I hadn't done my full research, just a quick glance at my phone at the store. And I had been looking at the small sample size, was like 60 to 70. So this one was 50 milliliters, pretty much full. I'm not even sure it was used, but I couldn't promise them that, so I figured 95, 99% full. And also, other people had it listed like up in the $300, $500 range, and there weren't any solds in that range. And so I decided to just kind of keep it a little bit more than the last highest one. $130, and it sold pretty quickly. So that was exciting. And again, that was one I got at the thrift store. And the thrift store lady said that it was because it was half off clothing and accessories, and so she deemed it an accessory and gave it to me for $5. So that was a good return on investment. And then here's the first listing that sold of the Paragon Cliffs of Dover. So that one sold for $70. So that was pretty good. So then, let's see, I think, yeah, what I wanted to do next was just show you, that's just my eBay screen. Okay, let's close out some of these. Sorry, this is all a learning curve to me. New computer, and it's a Mac, and I've never had a Mac computer before either. So I'm trying to get used to things like the whole closing screens being on the left instead of the right. Okay, so here are some of the things that I have gotten listed that I'm on this page, that I had talked to you about. Okay, so let's see. Some of these are new, some of these are relist. Here's the salt and pepper shakers that I told you I was going to get listed, and I went ahead and listed them for $65, and that includes shipping. And my son, my 8-year-old, has been getting up early, and we've been working together. He decided that we should sell them for $55. So we added $10 for shipping. So I don't know. I might have to come down. I don't know that I would have gone that high, but he was calling the shots that day. Okay, so there was those. Let's see. This teacup and saucer was also in that storage unit of my mother-in-law's, but I don't think I told you about it. It's just not super valuable, but okay, there's the knives. Look at that, it's already in 2 people's carts, so that's a good sign. So I got those listed. A lot of this is relisted. Oh yeah, here we go. So This is the sold one that I ended up not having the tab for, but I've relisted. So the other one I had sold for $44. This one has a little bit more damage on the bottom. Maybe not damage, but yeah, just signs of use along here. So I just dropped the price a tiny bit. These were those hand warmer vintage mugs from Corning. Very thick white milk glass. So when this one sells, then I'll pop another one on there. And then let's see. I think maybe some of these other things I'm thinking I had told you about, but actually I had done a post on Instagram saying what I was going to list, and so I think I'm getting those two things confused. Okay. Yeah, I don't think I talked about any of these things. Now I really need, oh, there's the Olivetti. It's listed $420. I've had a little bit of interest in it, just people favoriting it and stuff like that. So I might have to do a little bit more promoting for that and see what happens. Okay, I think that was it for there. Let's go into eBay. Here's the gold flatware from my mother-in-law's storage unit. We're shooting for $65 plus shipping. That leaves room to make offers and things like that. We'll see what happens with that. Here is the Nolan Miller interchangeable set. So $34.99. I do have shipping on this. What had happened is I went ahead, because I have this offer here, extra 10% off 2 or more items. It's easier to combine shipping when you charge shipping. Well, that's not necessarily true. Something about combining them. One lady was trying to work with me on that, and it wouldn't let her combine or something. I can't even remember right now. But I just decided to go back to charging shipping for all of my jewelry listings. So it's an experiment. We'll see what happens. And that, it leaves room for offers in there too. I love sending offers to people. Okay, now this one I had forgotten to tell you about. It was actually when I was out in the garage in that one video, I had it on the pile on that ping pong table, and it was the last thing there, and I totally forgot to show it to you. So let me just show it to you now. It was also from the storage unit, Royal Copenhagen. It's a cake plate or a platter. The solds on this were kind of all over the place, from $25 up to like $60. So I'm shooting for the middle. So we'll see what happens with that. It's a very pretty plate, and it's in really good condition. So hopefully that's something that will move. Then here's the Limoges plates that I was telling you about. I was trying to decide what to do. You can see the paint loss in the blue on the little bars there. So, like I said, I think I'm shooting a little too high, but you never know. So I could either drop the price or make offers or see if anybody even gets closely interested to it or not. At least I tried, right? Okay, and then one last thing was the trinket dish that was Wedgwood. And so I got that listed. I have it listed for $100 with free shipping. So that's this little guy. Those pictures are kind of dark. So every time I've moved to a new apartment and I don't have my lighting that I had in the other apartment. I haven't, it's in storage. Let's just put it that way, back in Washington. So my big lights and everything like that. And I just don't know if there's a spot to work with that unless we set something up in the garage. So we'll see. So I've been going back and forth between very inadequate lighting or lighting by a big sliding door, which works some days, certain times. So I'm always playing around with it. So I have a lot of inconsistency with my lighting and my listings right now. Okay, so that is some of the story, is some of the things that I had talked to you about. So yes, we've sold plenty of other things besides these things, and I can share some of those with you another time, but I think what I'm going to do going forward is hopefully do this weekly and share with you not only the things that I told you I'm going to list, but also just any other sale, that happened. I can just share that because I think it's always good. You always learn a lot from other people. You learn probably more from sales than you learn from thrifting finds. Now, both are fun, and the thrill of the hunt is always super exciting. But when it comes down to it, you want to know what will it sell for, right? So I am probably going to do another video in the next day or so of some of the more things I've gotten from my mother-in-law, from her storage units, and from her own thrifting from years ago. And so I will share some of the things I'll be working on in the next week or so. So look for that video soon. Go ahead and hit the subscribe button if you like these types of sold videos or thrifting finds or even vintage education. We love to find out those stories about the things that we find. So hope you all have a great day.